Hello there, this is Deborah, and as you can see from the title, I'm going to be doing a pour and pour technique here. This is my first time doing it, so I've made a little makeshift cylinder container here to pour my soap in. I'm actually going to be doing the heat transfer method, and I love this method because you don't have to wait for your lye water and your oils to be at the same temperature. You can just go ahead and pour your lye water right into your oils, and it works out really good. It really saves a lot of time for me. So this is a pretty awesome little thing that I like doing here. So I hope everybody's had a wonderful Christmas. This is the last Saturday of this month of 2019. Can you believe that? Where did the time go? 2019. We're rolling into 2020. So this is the last video for 2019, and I will have another one coming up for 2020. Okay, here I'm just going to keep on stirring this until it melts. I will come back. As you can see, it's all melted and it's ready to go. So I'm going to be using a stick blender now. So what I do with this heat transfer method, I just kind of stir it until all the oils have completely melted, and then I will use my sticky merger. Now I'm going to be using these squeeze bottles today. I have 4 of them, and I have them lined it with some plastic bags there. And let's see. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to bring this to a light trace. I'm thinking a light trace. From researching it, I think it needs to be a little bit thicker, but since this is my first time trying this, I'm just going to try to go safe and do a light trace. Now I just added my kaolin clay into my oils here, and I love using the kaolin clay. And I will put a little description about some of the products here I'm using in the description box. Now I'm going to also add to my oils here some heavy cream, and I'm going to take this top off because I had some bad experiences with this where I left the top on and I reached to get something and it kind of tilted over. So I just want to be safe, so I usually take that top off so that there's no problem. This is a bigger pan, so wouldn't have that problem, but it's just a habit. You know, once you get into a habit of trying to do some safety things, you stay that way. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pour my heavy creams, and the cream is at a room temperature here, so it's been sitting to not be too cool. So I'm going to go ahead and mix that. And I'm just have the stick mixer just slightly going, because like I said, I'm really hoping to not get too thick, although it might need to be a little thick. I'm not sure, but we should find it out. Just kind of bringing it to kind of a medium trace, I think. Now I won't be adding any fragrance oils or any essential oils or anything at this point, because this is my first time trying this technique, and I'm trying to keep away any hiccups right now. Once I get comfortable with it, perhaps I'll try it again and we shall see how it works out. But today I'm just playing it safe and not adding any oils, any essential oils or fragrance oils. So I'm stirring this now, and I'm just going to stir it just a little bit. Not so much the stick mixer, just kind of stirring it. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to be pouring it into these Spouts measuring cups here. They have a nice spout on it, pretty long, and then I will transfer the colorants from there over into my little squeeze bottles. I wouldn't dare try to pour it from the pot that way. So I'm just going to use these little funnel. I guess you could call them funnel measuring cups, because they got a nice little funnel on the end of them there. So I'm going to actually do 4 colors actually 5, because I'm going to leave 1 white. So I'm going to do the 4 colors for the 4 squeeze bottles, and I will need to get 1 more squeeze bottle so that I can put my titanium dioxide once I whiten this bottle that's in the pot there. Okay, so I have just a little bit there. So I'm going to use some titanium dioxide, and you can find titanium dioxide in a lot of products, food and different things. Just gets it a white. It just makes everything white. I'm really shooting for some glycerin rivers. And most time you don't want glycerin rivers in your soap. But in this case, I really want some glycerin rivers because I'm thinking in my head sort of it would give it sort of a 3-dimensional look, if that makes sense to you. We shall find out, because a lot of times titanium dioxide, you gotta really work on it to get it to come together. It will make glycerin rivers, and that's what I want today, some glycerin rivers. I'm thinking it will help the mica colors that I'm going to use, kind of give it more of a 3D, stand out, puffy look. Okay, here I have added my colorants, and this one here I have 2 neon colors, and all 4 of the colors are actually by Stardust Mica. And normally I don't do this. I usually go light colors first, unless I use for my stick mixer, unless I rinse it off. But I came out safe this time. I didn't have any troubles with the colors, mobilizing together here, because you want to go light colors first and mix, and then you use your darker colors. But I just wasn't thinking there, and I just kind of went the orange and then the yellow, and now I'm going to do the blue. This blue is really beautiful. It's dark, but it's just not showing up in the with the camera here for some reason, but it's really beautiful. It's a nice blue. It almost looks kind of turquoise here, like my setup. This is actually my colors for my farmer's market, is turquoise and hot pink. You probably see a lot of hot pink and turquoise, bluish turquoise in this video, because those are my colors that I use for everything. Okay, I am doing the black now. I probably should have put a little bit of activated charcoal in it to give it more of a darker black. I kind of got like of a grayish black here, but I think it's going to be alright. Okay, what I'm doing now is I went ahead, and to save a little time, I went ahead and put it into the squeeze bottles, the colors there. Now I have some pipettes on the end of these squeeze bottles. I will be, that's a little bit too thick maybe. I need to cut it off. That's a little, it's just not coming out the way I want it to. I want it to flow a little bit more. There we go. Now as I get further into the video, I'm probably going to take these pipettes off altogether, because my mix is going to get thicker and it might just pop loose there. So I don't want that to happen. So for right now, I'm going to go ahead and use it. And the reason I'm using these pipettes is because it kind of helps it flow a lot better. Not too thick, just the right flow there. But as I get closer to the top, I will do something different. Now as you can see, I've got a long ways to go here. So somewhere along the way, I will be speeding this up just a little bit so that we can get closer to the top here. But I just, for right now, I just want to show you how I started off here. As you can see, my little gadget in the bottom, I'm hoping that my little gadget that I'm using to pour through the soap is heavy enough that it doesn't float to the top. It's not very heavy, so I hope it doesn't float to the top. And I hope it will hold its shape as well. That's something I did think about, but as I looked around and tried to say, what could I use? What could I use? And I saw this dream catcher. And I thought, I'll use that. Someone gave me that, so I thought, okay, I'll try that to see if it will work. Now, if this is successful, and I'm really happy with the design. I'm going to try this again because once I started this, I thought, oh, I could have used this or I could have used that. So it is a lot of fun, and I do like challenges. I do like trying to challenge myself to a lot of different things. And for 2020, hopefully I can get rolling and get more videos and some new techniques and more designs and just have a lot of fun making things. Hopefully this year I will also get to the farmers market. Not this year, 2020. This year is almost gone in a few days. Okay, I'm going to speed it up here a little bit for you. Okay, we're slowing it down here because we've come to the top here. I felt like I was making some type of shake or something with the colors and everything. I'm going to go ahead and take these stretchy bands off. We'll pull them down, and I have some little strings here. These are pretty light strings. Everything is pretty light. I'm thinking, I hope this works because I don't know if it was heavy enough to do the job, but we shall find out. I hope so. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the strings up very slow to see what happens here. We really won't know what happens until after it goes through the process of sitting for 24 hours, but I'm going to be thinking all night, when I turned out, when I turned out. Okay, so just going to go ahead and move that out the way. And I'm going to put this to bed. What I mean by that, I'm going to let it sit for 24 hours, and I will come back to show you what it looks like when it's ready to be cut. Thank you. See you in a little bit. Hello there, I'm back. It's been 24 hours now. I've taken it out of the mold. It's a little soft. I probably should have showed you how I took it out of the mold because it was pretty hard to get it out. Usually I have a liner, but I forgot to put me a liner in that plastic disc cylinder that I was using to put the soap in, so that made it really hard. So I had to cut it out. So the next time I will be putting it in the freezer a little bit, and I will make sure it has some freezer paper liner in the middle because I'm just really happy it came out as well as it did. Okay, here we go. That's pretty cool. It's different. Kind of looks like a flower there. I wasn't sure what type of design would come from the Dreamcatcher, and I wasn't even sure if it was going to be heavy enough to pull through to make the designs, but it looks like it did okay. That's a different look. Yeah, it just kind of looks like flowers with, I don't know. It's pretty interesting. I do like it. for the first time. This is my first time trying this technique, and I'm sure I would try it again. I'm not sure who came up with this technique. I believe I was reading something about an artist that was using paint to pour through some type of device, but I don't want to mess it up there, so maybe I'll research it and put it in the description area so you would know. But this is not anything that I came up with. It's been around, but I just wanted to try it for myself so I could see. I was just really grateful the soap came out. I almost like make a video with trying to get it out, but it was just too much. It was a little bit too much there. Because it was like, is the soap going to fall apart? Or am I going to be able to get it out? So like I said, next time I will definitely make sure that I line the container. The container that I use is recyclable. I mean, I'm using it for this. It was actually something that had food products in it, and I just cleaned it up and thought, just use that instead of trying to buy something. Just use what you have. So that worked out really good. You'd be surprised the little things you can have around the house that you can put soap in. Wow, that looks like a California poppy almost. I love the California poppies when I was in California. I used to love to go and see them in the fields. So it kind of reminds me of a California poppy. I'm not quite sure of all the other colors around it, but I really love this. Now I'm thinking in my head, what's next with this design? This is really pretty cool. So I'm definitely going to try this again to really see if I can get more details. There's a lot of beautiful ones around on the internet if you look into it. That was definitely looked like a poppy there. So I'm pretty pleased. Wow. I was hoping that my soap would be not too fluent and not too thick, kind of medium trace and medium. I think it came out pretty good, but next time I think I will let the soap get just a little bit firmer, so because I can see I've got a little bit of mobilizing where the colors kind of bled into each other. But other than that, that's pretty. Now that's different. That's pretty cool too. There's some pretty cool looking colors there. So I'm pretty pleased. If the soap feels really good. I have some rice bran oil in it. I have some really cool oils, and this feels really good. I could just feel it. Now this one is, I had a little extra soap left over because I think I had about 70 something ounces of batter there. So I had pre-measured everything where I know that it would fit exactly in the container. So this is a small one, and I didn't use any little device or anything. I just kind of made the soap and just kind of swirled it around just a little bit there to see what would happen, because I didn't have anything that would fit that cylinder. Wow, that's pretty interesting. Pretty bright colors. Although I love colors. I love bright colors, as you probably know already from some of my other soaps. I don't know, bright colors make me happy. That's interesting. Looks like kind of a flower with some little veins in it or something. Pretty cool. Oh, that's pretty cool technique there. I like that. So once again, for 2020, I'm hoping to have some new techniques, more designs, and more videos. Oh, that's pretty interesting. Some pretty cool lines there. Got a little pitted there, but I think it's going to be alright. He's going to make some cute little gifts, and if they measure out right, might put some on my website as well. Just like I said, this is the first time trying this technique, and I kind of like it, and I really love the oils that I use for this. Oh, that's pretty cool. Wow. It's pretty interesting there. Kind of looks like all leaves or something would, I don't know, a little nectar stem there. Really sunshiny looking there. It's pretty different. Okay. I can't believe this is the last video for 2019. Hopefully 2020 the Lord's willing, gonna have some pretty neat things happening. Okay, that's different. The soap feels really good. I don't know, it just feels really good. And I did put some sodium lactate in it to make it a little bit harder so that it would come out of the mold much better. Although it didn't help it that much because it was really stuck. Usually I use a little salt and a little sugar for bubbles and a little more salt to make it come out, but I used the sodium lactate this time. And I'm pretty pleased with everything. Okay, that's different. You never know what you're going to get with soap, but I really love it. I'll keep these for myself to test them to see how they come out. That was a pretty nice cut. Everything went pretty smooth. It was a little hard getting out the mold there, like I said, but I know what to do next time. Make sure I lined it and put it in the freezer so that it would come out a little bit easier. Oh, wow, that's pretty cool. I like that. Yeah, I can deal with that. That's different. Those are so cute. Okay. Okay, this is a big one here. So I think I'm going to cut this in half because I'm like to see if there's just another little bit of a design in between that bigger bar there. Okay. Yes, it is. More poppy looking flowers. Pretty colors. I'm excited. I'm really pleased with this. But you know me, I'm going to try this again because I really, really like that. Okay. So with that being said, I'm going to say thank you so much for watching this video. Have an awesome and a blessed day. And I hope you have a happy New Year's. Okay. Bye-bye now. Take care.